Hello friends and enemies, welcome back to Happy for Now. Today I am doing my spreadsheet and form setup for 2022. So if you are curious on how I do this, I'm going to walk you guys through what two spreadsheets I combined and how to do that a little bit on your own. If you are a member of my channel, I have linked everything in our Discord for members only with easy to copy things. The biggest thing I want to caveat here is if you're watching this, you gotta do it yourself. I'm not gonna provide the exact mashup I did because honestly, this is really, really simple to do yourself. I promise it is not that hard if you just follow along. And I'm gonna show you my spreadsheet for the year and then I'll show you what you would do on your own to create this. Mostly we're using forms so that I can input the books I read on the go, which is easier to do with a form than a Google spreadsheet on your phone. And then I only have a couple little pieces I have to pull once it's imported into my spreadsheet and add in later. And I did the same thing for my acquisitions. If you don't want a spreadsheet, but you want charts and graphs, I cannot recommend Google Forms enough. It is a really, really easy way to track your reading and get the graphs and spreadsheets and data as long as you're asking yourself the questions you want to be asking at the end of the year. So yeah, it's a really simple way to do it if you're interested. So yeah, let's go to my computer. I'll have you here. I'll be here in the little corner and we'll show my spreadsheet. Okay, so now that you can see my spreadsheet, I've already read 5 books this year. And I do this because I like to test where I'm at. So the first thing I do when I download Brock's spreadsheet is I hide the columns I don't want to use. So I'm just gonna quickly scroll you through the columns I do have. I add a month column. And then I hide a bunch, like a whole bunch. I add a character name, content notes, and tropes column. And then I add the debut, new to me, and underrepresented columns along with the underrepresented column where I make a note of what item was underrepresented. And then the rest is already on Brock's sheet. Now, here is the spreadsheet. When you get it from him, it's gonna have this page, you're gonna put this info in, you're gonna go to book survey, again, same thing, you're gonna add all these little bits. It's not hard. Your categories, you're gonna populate. You're gonna add 2 new tabs. One tab will be your acquisition data, and one tab will be your data key, which is going to be your book survey information. So, the other thing I added back was the SPARKLINE, which does your reading tracking. You know, it'll track your goal. I have it on mine. I'll show you. So it shows I've read 5 books towards my goal of 200. It's a simple formula. If you can't get it to work, my best advice, honestly, is to go into 2021 spreadsheet and just copy the formula wholesale. That's what I did to bring it over for this year. Okay, so let's say you've got your spreadsheet set up and you're ready to import your data. You're gonna make your forms, and here is what my forms look like for 2022. So for my books read, I have 4 sections. We have a title, an author, the date started, the date finished, the page count, the year published. And then I made another section, which is what are you reading? And then I have genres here. Do what's appropriate for you. I honestly probably could have taken off some of these genres, but I left them for now. And I did them as drop-down boxes so that it was less page to scroll when I was selecting my answer. Your format, how did you acquire it? And then who are you reading? So I did, is the author underrepresented? Are the characters underrepresented? So for me, instead of tracking diversity, via only race, I'm adding in things like religion and sexual identities and all those items as well. And then I make a note in my what identities answer for the things that are publicly known about that author. If an author doesn't have anything publicly about them, I'm not going to go dig for it to confirm if it's own voices because I don't need to do that personally, but it's just an easier way for me to track what identities I'm reading and better identify something I'm missing in my reading. Then I have it new to me author, yes, no. And then the last section is what did you think of the book? So the book rating, would I recommend it? If it was on my TBR this year, last year if I reread it, I will put the tropes in, character names, any content notes that I have, favorite quotes or scenes, and then any other notes. And then I'll do that. So it keeps your responses. There are none here, but I will show you mine that I've been using. So here are my responses. It keeps all the titles, all of that. It shows the date started, finished, page counts. It does your published breakdown, genre breakdown, format. So yeah, this is how the forms will go ahead and just make you your charts if that's what you want. So again, if you really don't want to mess with a spreadsheet, I cannot recommend forms enough for this. I got this from Black Chicklet, Danny over there. She shared it last year and I was like, this is a game changer for a lot of people I know. So there's that. The biggest thing you need to do when you do this is click here on the view responses in spreadsheet. So you would click this, you're gonna create a new spreadsheet. So I'm gonna hit create like I'm doing this and I will show you. So there is a code up here, right here after the D and before the next slash, you're gonna copy that like so. And then you're gonna come over here to your data key. You put an import range, the code, and then the name of the responses. So I end up putting my acquisitions and my books read into the same spreadsheet each year. And then I pull from form responses A1 to X600 because that's more than I'm gonna read in a year. I don't see myself hitting 600 books. So you could do 300, whatever you're comfortable with. I recommend going much higher than you think you will need. And then that will pull in any of the responses. And then you'll hit allow access and then boom. So as you can see, it pulls in all of that for you into the sheet. And then you're just going to go over here to books, not acquisitions, to book survey, and you're gonna hit equals and then data key, whatever it is. So B2, the biggest tip I have here is make sure you're putting a $sign before the letter B. And then you can just drag this down and it will auto-populate for the rest of the spreadsheet. Only a $sign in front of the letter B though, because that's going to lock the column and it'll just keep adding the range. And then you're just gonna go across and do that for all of these inputs that you added or were already here. So author, status I changed manually, month I put in manually. This is just a drop-down verification that I have. I added a category column for months. And because of that, you have this monthly stats that I took from Allie at Hardback Hoarders spreadsheet last year. And I took this and I just, again, it's very simple. It's going to be book survey. And if the column is red and it equals January, that's a book. You're literally just gonna make sure these match up to the right columns. That's it. It's very, very simple. And I'm just gonna kind of mouse over them so you can see if you have your spreadsheet formatted exactly like mine, it's going to be exactly the same for all these formulas. So yeah, if you have your spreadsheet formatted exactly the same, the formulas you're seeing in this are going to be identical for you. So you can just kind of pause the screen and grab those. And then you can just take this and copy it into each month and it will populate. It'll populate it across the board and pull from the correct month because it's pulling the name of the column. Same thing here. These are all gonna match. It's pulling these. I grabbed these from my genre categories on the category page. But yeah, so yeah, this is the monthly data. This is how I do my monthly wrap-ups. This is exactly where I pull all that information from, which is why I do this. Personally, it works well for me. Let's see. And then acquisitions is our other section. So I will show you my acquisitions form. So this is my books acquired form. I kept this really, really simple so that I would more quickly track the books I got. I actually have one to add in for the year, so hold on. Then blood. Isn't that what it's called? I think so. Oh no, I need to go check. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I bought it. It's $14.99. $149. Buddy, ooh, can't type. There we go. So I submitted that. That'll populate in my spreadsheet, but this is my template. It's a book title, where it's from. Oh, I need to add author. Where it's from, cost, retail price, and then if I saw it recommended. So if I want to say a specific person, I'll use that other tab or etc. to say where I got it from. And then you will do the same thing here, where you go to your responses, you click on create a spreadsheet. I would do select existing, and then I would do this one, which is like going to be your 2022 responses. And then you will take that same code here, and then it'll be form responses 3 or 2 most likely. So you'll take this code and then you'll name what the spreadsheet is and add it there. It's very, very simple. And it really makes this whole process of tracking stuff much easier. And the other thing I did in my spreadsheet is in the acquisitions tab, I added a month so that my monthly stats would grab how many books I acquired. New. So when I make this new here, that'll then show that I acquired 1 book this month. But yeah, I'm only tracking books I purchase, not as new, not books from the library, because I want to know how much I saved from the library at the end of the year. But yeah, that's how I'm doing it. That's my spreadsheet. I think that's everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. Oh, the data key pages also, once you have them set up, just hide them. So that way you don't have to look at them, you don't have to worry about it. You know, hide all the tabs you don't need, and it'll be pretty easy to then, if you need to see them for some reason, go to hidden sheets. Again, I hid a bunch of stuff I don't use in Brock's spreadsheet. And then you can just go to data key or acquisitions data, whatever you want to call them. I will put the formula for the import range in the description box for y'all as well, just to help. But yeah, that's how I do it. Hold on one second. And then just to show you what the book responses looks like, this is where it is. It's showing, you know, library, Audible. It's going to give me a nice breakdown when it's all said and done, probably, for, you know, what I spent and all that fun stuff, and where I saw it recommended. Hopefully that was helpful to set up your 2022 forms or spreadsheets, whatever you're deciding to do. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to help you in the comments. I'm by no means an expert, but I will do my best to be of some kind of assistance. I hope this was helpful, and yeah, members, you've got a whole bucket of stuff in the Discord, so if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you do. And if you want to see more videos from me or want more info on my spreadsheet, let me know in the comments. You can leave me an emoji that is a graph, or tell me how you're tracking your reading in 2022. I, for one, find that this is my preferred method. I know not everybody likes this, but for me, I don't know, I like it. I'm like just enough of a data nerd that like I love having all this information at my fingertips. So yeah, if you made it this far, leave me that emoji or let me know your tracking style this year. And I will see y'all in just a few days in my next video. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get